Hello and welcome to Digi8.com. In this video, we are going to cover the topic on horizontal communication. Now let's start with the definition of horizontal communication. The dispensing, conveying and exchanging of emotions, ideas or information amongst groups, communities or similarly ranked employees of a company's departments is called horizontal communication. Information within units, departments or people of the same hierarchical level in a company is conveyed through horizontal communication. It is different from vertical communication, which conveys information between people, units or divisions of different company hierarchy levels. Horizontal communication is often referred to as lateral communication. Taken to the extreme, a company that operates usually solely horizontal communication is known as a flat organization. Now moving on to the essentials of effective horizontal communication. First, overseeing directly. Managers should directly oversee their employees and influence them for the success of the communication system. Next comes realization. Horizontal communication is a practical and valuable way to convey messages must be recognized by the company executives. Third, aid to the communication process. For successful communication, departments should be designed to aid in the horizontal communication process. Fourth, clear understanding. Managers must understand that this kind of communication is a practical part of the entire communication process. Next, interdepartmental communication. There should be ease of interdepartmental communication in a company's structure for successful horizontal communication. Next, discipline. Every hierarchy level should be strictly disciplined to enable successful communication. Lack of discipline in the workplace leads to gaps in the management experience. And finally, emergency communication. Companies must use horizontal communication in case of emergency where problems need to be swiftly solved. Now moving on to the methods of horizontal communication. There are two methods. First, verbal communication. Conveying messages through in-person conversations, speeches, video calls, phone calls, etc. is called verbal communication. This is the most effective communication method since misinterpretation is avoided, since both the recipient and the speaker are face-to-face with each other. And the next one is written communication. Written communication is the traditional communication method predominantly stated in horizontal communication. Emails, applications, letters, memos, and other forms of print media are considered to be the medium of written communication. Even though verbal communication is more predominant, written communication is also an essential part of horizontal communication. Next is the advantages and disadvantages of horizontal communication. Let's look at the advantages first. Productivity and effectiveness increase since misunderstandings are avoided among units that work on one project. Upper class decisions can be better executed since lower level employees can easily coordinate with each other. Third, smooth teamwork is ensured by horizontal communication in cases where different units or people need to work together on a project. And finally, empowering employees with respect to communication will lead to motivated and content employees. Whereas the advantages are concerned, first, one employee being unmotivated may lead to decreased motivation among other employees at the same level. Next, when one's opinion do not match with those of others, disputes and disagreements may arise. Next, factors like ego may lead to company members not wanting the involvement of others. Successful communication is thus hampered in such cases. And finally, employees and members must feel acknowledged and welcomed in a community. Moving on. And finally, let's look at the differences between horizontal and vertical communication. The objective, in case of horizontal, acquiring shared company goals by coordinating the work of varying departments on the same project. Vertical, to follow information and instructions and accept feedback in the ascending stream. Next is the flow of information. In case of horizontal, flows among people in the same hierarchical level, whereas vertical flows from upper level employees to subordinates. Horizontal is typically informal, vertical is formal. As far as the probability of chaos is concerned, in horizontal it is higher, vertical it is lower. And instances, for horizontal, managers coordinating the work of different departments by sharing relevant information. In vertical, managers being commanded by the board of directors to take specific actions and steps. So that's it folks, this brings an end to the topic on horizontal communication. These are some of the sources and links referred to for the content in the video. Thank you and see you in the next video.